Everybody, it's Mikhail Casanova. We're back, and we're gonna be playing some Street Fighter 5. We're gonna be labbing a little bit with Bison before we go online, so let's go ahead and we're gonna go ahead and get into it. Let's do his arcade mode. Oh, I gotta go ahead and go over and download it. My bad. Man, I tell you, you know what's so crazy? It's like, because I don't stream frequently, there's just certain things that I do. I'm over here like, oh yeah, I should do that. Oh man, my bad, y'all. All right, so it's ready to use. All right, let's go ahead and get into it. There we go.
I will break your spirit. I'm working hard every day to be a better man. Practice makes perfect, then I'm already a veteran. I suffer from defeat, so success is my medicine. Destined for greatness, so you know that I'm back again. Back on my feet after I fell down. Always ready for a fight, never back down. At this point, I'm fighting for pride. Hey, what's the big deal?
No, bro, wait. Check it out. Some old geezer sleeping by the dumpster.
Oh, gross! The dude's naked too.
Must have gotten mugged or something. What a loser.
What up, Judge Dredd? How's it going?
What's your deal, old man?
Hey, hang on. We didn't.
Yo, that's the character from Final Fight. It was I can't even think of his name.
We weren't looking for trouble. Promise.
Holy fuck! Who am I? Who I am? I do not remember who I am.
I'm doing all right. I'm excited to try out Bison, and also shout out to my friend Gerald Rivers, who got to reprise the role.
That being said, no matter how many street rats like you I crush, my hunger cannot be satiated.
No.
I may not know who I am, but what I desire is crystal clear. So long as I follow this hunger inside of me, I will eventually find the one who will fulfill me. I will be whole again. China. Interesting.
Hope you're not a sore loser.
All right. Okay, still got that. Okay. Not too bad.
You are barely worth the effort.
He's a bit heavy. I don't know if y'all understand what I mean by that, but yeah. He feels very weighty. Like if you compare it to like previous versions of him. Oh, cool, man. Thank you for checking those out. Yeah, like most of those controller reviews I have, like I'm sitting on them for a bit, and I try to get to them when I can. That one I know I was late on it, and that's my own fault. You know, it does, ooh. She got me with that. Okay. Yeah, he's super weighty, man.
Do you see now the difference in our power? Round 2. Fight.
Ah, she got me with that one good. Oh!
Bison wins.
Oh, right now? No, I'm actually just using a standard PlayStation controller. I'm not using the BFG.
USA. Interesting.
You call, I answer.
Round 1. Fight. Do you see now the difference in our power? Round 2. Fight.
I like the way Bison is in this. You know, I'll be honest, like I've never been crazy about Bison's gameplay style because I'm not really someone who enjoys charge characters. But so far, I mean, I can't really complain about him. He's weighty. I mean, he hits hard. And he just, you know, he gets it done.
USA. Make it a scrap heap. Fight.
There's almost a Go controller for the Hall Effect sticks. Yeah, I mean, I wish I could have got the Hall Effect sticks on it. But I'm currently not working with Vitrix. Ever since like they got bought out, I've literally just been playing. I haven't been able to work with them because Turtle Beach bought them out, and so right now.
Interesting.
Don't expect me to be a pushover.
I don't, you know, I don't have a contact. Like my Turtle Beach contact isn't taking over for Vitrix, so I don't know who to talk to for them. But yeah, I would love to, cause I know they re-released the other controller.
Do you see now the difference in our power? Round 2. Fight.
Hadouken! Tatsumaki! Psycho Crusher! Hadouken! Coming in hot! Dragon Blast! Up and over! Psycho Crusher! Shoryu Reppa! Shoryuken! Psycho Crusher!
M. Bison wins.
He talked dirty, yeah.
China. Interesting.
I'm not gonna lose.
Round 1. Fight.
Chun Li over here, big man. All right, I got you, girl. All right, let's get in there. That's all right. You just billing my meter. She's like, nah, you ain't getting none of that.
Do you see now the difference in our power? Round 2. Fight. Yeah. Psycho Crusher. Psycho Crusher. M. Bison wins.
And he ain't giving. He's like, yeah, you seem to know who I am. I like how story-wise, Bison. I mean, he got amnesia, so he's like, yeah, I don't know who you are.
Take on all of you. Round 1. Fight.
I hate Geef. Vicious chops though. Yeah, I lost that round. I knew I was losing it.
Look at this body of iron. Round 2. Fight.
Bruh, his freaking armor is ridiculous. Bruh. In the middle of a psycho knee, this dude just like, nah, you're not getting none of it. You think you getting? He's like, nah, son. Nah, none of it. Oh, freaking Geef, man. Freaking Geef. Oh, man. Yeah, we got to run that back.
your rage and follow my orders. Interesting. I'll take on all of you. Round one. Fight.
All right, let's go. Okay. I mean, he literally, like, in the right hands, Geef is an absolute monster in this game. And like, if you're gonna play a pressure game, like I'm trying to play a pressure game with him, I gotta not let up him because I'm not that comfortable utilizing Geef. I know I trip up a lot. I mean, not Geef, Bison. Yeah, of course it has priority over what I'm doing. Of course he goes straight out of that. Freaking A, man. Yeah. All right. Ah! Damn it. Nah, we're done. We're done with this match. You're done. That's so true. That's so true.
USA. Carry the ball. Fight.
Oh man. Yeah, I wasn't paying attention enough for that. I was like, wait, what? Okay.
Interesting. This sucks. Round one. Fight.
Let's do it. Good matchup, though. That's how you do a pressure game, baby. That's how you do a pressure game. All right, let's go. Ooh. He's nasty with it. Oh! I was like, I'm getting mine. I'm getting that W. I'm gonna get that W.
India. Interesting.
Prepare yourself.
Round one. Fight.
Mm.
Do you see now the difference in our power? Round two. Fight. It's over. It's over. Is that all?
You're lost in
Mm-hmm. There we go.
Unlimited psycho pressure.
Yeah, buddy.
M. Bison wins.
Yeah, he's so disrespectful. It's wild, yo.
Interesting. This will be a good fight. Round one. Fight.
That pressure game, baby. That pressure game.
See now the difference in our power. Round two. Fight.
Mm. Gang. That's gang. Yeah, buddy.
M. Bison wins. Unknown.
Then jury's his final fight.
Who am I? And what is this place? Why have I been drawn here? What is this yearning? This power? Battle after battle, and yet the urge still rages on. What is it?
Well, well. What have we here? What the hell are you doing here? What are you? Bison?
Bison? Who is that?
Yo, I gotta give a shout out to my good friend Gerald Rivers for his performance as Bison. It is just, I mean, he's the fine Bison outside of Raul Julia. He is the definitive M Bison. Yo, what's up, Cameron? Yeah, you can. Yeah, you just have to go on when you're on Instagram, you got to pull up the desktop, pull it up in the browser. When you go to the plus sign you can select live stream and it'll give you your stream key and everything. So you just gotta, you know, throw it into OBS or whatever your capture software is, and you can go from there.
Let me tell ya, Bison's the lowest of the low. But he
How you
has
doing,
got
man?
to be 6 feet under by now.
I see. Bison was supposed to have died. You shall tell me more. Interesting.
Time to play.
What up, Fid? Man, I swear she's got the best theme in this game.
Do you see now the difference in our power? Round 2. Fight!
There we go.
Your time ends. KO.
He ain't had to do her like that though.
Talk.
He ain't had to do her like that though.
Wins. Do I resemble this man you call Bison?
God, you're really pissing me off right now.
Yo, what up, Delvin? How you doing?
If I was this Bison you speak of, what would you do?
I swear, Gerald Rivers is so great as Bison.
You really want to know what I do? I'll make you remember everything you ever did. And then I'm gonna make sure you suffer and die again. That what you want to hear?
Yo, that angle.
Me? Impossible for the likes of you.
Yo, I swear, this right here, this angle, this picture, the internet's gonna have a field day with it. What's good, brother? I'm doing good, man. How you doing?
You are nothing but a squawking crow.
I mean, just look at the angle. You see the curvature of the cheeks. You see the... Bro, you know they gonna have a field day with that.
However, Bison, yes, that will do. I shall take that name for myself.
What?
Bison is what you shall call me now, although I have no desire to know your name. Satisfy my hunger. That is all I need from you. Now dance for me, Crow.
Right, you already know they're gonna have a field day with that. Alright, let's go ahead and skip it.
Thanks for playing.
Now, shout out to Capcom and the Capcom Creator Program for
Congratulations.
hooking me up with the Season 2 Ultimate Pass. Greatly appreciate them. Shout out to Gerald Rivers though for this amazing performance as Bison though. I will be doing an interview with him in the coming future, so definitely check out for that. The Bingus or Aquino. Okay. That one's Aki. All right. Let's do some let's see if we can get some casual matches in. And I'll throw ranked on too. Nah, we ain't doing the modern controls. See if I can get some matches in. Yeah, Devin, if you still watching, man, what's good with you, man? How's everything going? I'm over here like it should not take this long to get a match in. Yes. Man, I mean, if you need anything, brother, like, you already know, let me know. I'm here for you. I know I need to be like, I need to start reaching out to folks more and checking in on people. I do apologize. I have not been doing that. Yeah, maybe I just gotta go to the other thing. I can't get no match made at all. Nah, bro, I love you too, man. You know what's crazy is I never touched the world tour mode. So I never unlocked more characters or anything in this game. All right, man, I appreciate that. Yeah, man, if I'm being honest, like I kind of been going through some stuff too, like mentally just feeling like as a creator, like I'm just not I'm not good enough. And I think it's just, you know, imposter syndrome and just dealing with folks who you know, I've been looking at like how so many people have just been blowing up and doing well as a content creator and having like crazy amounts of success, and now I look at myself and I'm like, man, I'm not even doing as well. Like don't get me wrong, I'm blessed with everything that I'm able to do, and you know, everything has come my way, every opportunity, every person I've gotten to work with, talk to, meet, befriend. I think it's just, for me, I've just gotten to this point where I'm like, I'm looking at how people are making a crap ton of money as creators, and those that, like, you know, as an example, right? Let me look at whatchamacallit, the Steam Deck folks, right? Like they blew up just sticking with it, doing their own little thing and everything like that. And for me, I'm just like, can I, you know, no, I don't want to do, no, I don't want to do no extreme battle. You know, like, what is it I can do to do better? Because like, I'm feeling, if I'm being completely honest, demoralized, and I know I shouldn't feel that way, but I do. Yeah, I mean, you're right. You know, sometimes the most talented don't get the shine. They don't. And I know I don't need to be comparing myself to other folks. But it's just hard not to. You know, seeing all the Steam Deck folks blow up, do everything big. I'm over here like, you know, I fell out with most of them, if I'm being honest. Just because I didn't want to be one of those folks who just, you know, rode, you know, all they did was talk about one thing. Like, you know, everyone, like, you see all these YouTube gurus and all these folks, they'll tell you, like, don't, you gotta niche down, don't do this, don't do that. You gotta only do a certain thing to succeed. You can only talk about one type of content. I'm over here like, I'm a variety content creator. I talk about tech, I talk about gaming, I talk about anime, but it's almost like, in a way, you kind of get punished on YouTube for not sticking to one specific area. And like all the stuff with the Steam Deck folks, I just got to a point where I'm like, man, I don't, you know, I don't want to be a person who's just peddling this idea just for the sake of views and growth, and be like, you know, the Steam Deck is the greatest thing ever. The Steam Deck is this, the Steam Deck is that. Like, you know, why buy anything else? Just get a Steam Deck, you know? I didn't want to be that. And this person don't. Can I not play, folks? This ain't letting me play nobody. What's going on? You know, I just didn't want to be that type of person where I'm just sitting around only just, you know, praising this one thing and acting like it's the greatest thing ever. And I'm like, it ain't. Like, I see the flaws in it. But like, you know, I look at the folks who have blown up, and they stuck with it. And they did that. They played that game and they blew up, and you know, every time they put something out, they're doing insanely well. And I'm just like, did I screw myself out of an opportunity? But at the same time, I don't want to be fake like that. You know, and I don't like the other thing with content creating where it's like, you got to use each other and you got to do this and do that. Like, you know, you and I talk about that so much too. There's a lot of people in this field that do that. And I don't want to be that type of guy. But it seems like so many people who do succeed, just, you know, integrity and whatnot, just ain't in the cards. You know, and it definitely becomes hard when you're putting out content, podcasts or in videos and stuff like that, and people just don't come through, even though you're making original content. But, you know, you see folks that make clickbait and make up stuff and all this other stuff, and then, you know, they get opportunity left, right, and center, and I'm just like, bro, what, do people not value legitimate content now? You know, like, here's an example. I had somebody, you know, like, I constantly run into this where if I make content on a product, if I'm reviewing it or a game or whatever, and I do the disclosure because FTC regulation, you gotta tell people, hey, you know, I was sent this product, they gave it to me, but you know, I'm just giving my opinion on it. When you do that, it's like, first thing people want to do is call you a shill, you're paid, you this, you that, and I'm over here like, man, if I'm getting paid, where the fuck the check's at? But if you incite the drama, the negativity, and all this other stuff, then people just float towards that. And I'm like, is this a societal thing, or is it, or just people don't give a damn about content anymore? Like, I'll be honest, man. Like, I have not been having fun making content for a while. See, you're not fine using that to grow, just build a real relationship. Those people don't know what they talking about. No, I mean, they don't, but it's a constant thing. Like, even when I did the video yesterday, I was talking about the you know, the Dr. Disrespect thing, and folks are trying to come at me saying like, oh, you just trying to prey on somebody's downfall, and I'm like, no, I'm just, it's gaming news and I'm talking about it. I didn't use no accusations. I just literally talked about the stuff that is, you know, in the news. There wasn't no opinion or anything like that. But, you know, first thing folks want to say, oh, you hating on him, you're jealous, and this and that. And I'm like, man, I can't fucking win. Y'all either want to say like you're hating, just trying to get views, or you're jealous, or then people want to turn around and say like, you know, all kinds of shit. Like, it's just like, it's crazy. And I'm at a point where I don't even, I'm at a point where I'm like, man, I don't even like talk, like reading comments of videos anymore, because all people want to do is be negative as hell. And I'm like, damn, can we like chill on the hate and the negativity? No, because everybody wants to be negative. Is he interested in my take on that? Oh, the Dr. Disrespect thing? All right. The fact that Dr. Disrespect admitted to engaging with an underage minor, like I think he came out and he said, yeah, he did. He didn't elaborate further on it. But, you know, as a father who's got 2 teenage girls, I'm not comfortable with any grown man doing some stuff like that. You know, I think that's effed up that he even did that. And it's crazy to me that there are so many successful content creators that start doing stuff like that. Like, and I understand, you know, success and fame changes folks, and I get that, but I think it's crappy that people, you know, think that that's okay to do, or they get in their head that, you know, they don't have to, like, yeah, right, like, I was super uncomfortable reading that he did that, and I'm like, bro, why do that? But, you know, so many of these super successful content creators constantly do very questionable things, very immoral things, and you get people that will defend them. And like the cult of personality, to me, I find to be very very disturbing. It's crazy how people will defend folks just because, oh, that's my favorite content creator, that's my favorite celebrity, they can do the most fucked up things, but you know, let's defend them anyway, you know. And I'm like, it bothers me that we are at this point where like morality just takes a backseat. You know, people are okay with just doing horrible things, and I'm like, no, I don't know if it's just I'm older or, you know, just being able to see the society has gotten real fucked up. But I just can't, you know, I can't rock with folks who do that kind of stuff. And I know, like, you got people like him and others who like to do that edgelord stuff because, you know, being edgy to them is like, you know, what is it, Eric Bischoff said, controversy creates cash. I get it. But like, can we have some integrity in these days? Does and do people need to always support these kind of folks? That, bro, that is so true. All right. No, that's so true. Some of these creators, like you said, like they were normal people, and I've noticed that so many people that get fame, success, whatever, they do not know how to handle it, you know. And it's like, is there nothing or no one that can keep you grounded, that can keep you from doing super immoral things? And I guess for a lot of people, they don't have anyone that can be there for them. Like, I had this thought the other day when I was dealing with my, I just call it for what it is, my depression on like feeling like I'm a failure as a creator. I was like, do I want, like, I had to define something. And my question I had that just kept popping up in my head was, what is it that I want? Do I want to be successful, or do I want to be noticed and have attention? Because those two they're not one for one. And a lot of people want the attention, especially in this day and age. You know, people will do anything for like their, you know, 5 seconds of fame or whatever. And it's amazing what people will do for it. And I'm like, a lot of people now don't care if it's good attention or bad attention. They just want people to acknowledge them. And
after a fierce battle, the hero comes out on top.
you know, I get people want to be acknowledged, and basically that comes from a psychological level. That really hits on where they didn't have attention as kids. You know, something in their life they're lacking, right? I get it. But you have to realize that not all attention is good attention. And for me, I'm over here like, which is it that I want? You know? And I'm over here like, am I successful? And if I'm going off of metrics of like these social media platforms, seeing so many of my peers that like get all these views and these attention and this engagement, and then dealing with so many companies that want to treat you like you are only as important as your viewership, your engagement, and all this. If I looked at that, I'm like, damn, maybe I'm not a success. But then I had to realize all that is about me wanting attention. Me wanting the attention that my peers have. And I had to be like, that's not the sign of my success. The sign of my success is everything that I've been able to do. Building a brand from scratch. You know, working with the industry. Something that as a kid I always wanted to do but didn't think I could. Having family tell me I couldn't do it. Family tell me that I'm a failure, I'm stupid, I'm retarded, all this other stuff. And I'm like, I'm able to do this stuff. You know, being the first person in Hawaii to ever be partnered with PlayStation, you know, working with all these different brands and all this other stuff. I'm like, that is success. Having the friendships that I have with voice actors in the game industry, in the tech industry, you know, other creators that are real cool with me. You know, like, I'm over here like, man, I am successful. You know, getting products sent to me, getting the review stuff. And I had to realize, exactly, I realized I'm successful. I have built the legacy, you know, but where I knew I was fucking up was I wasn't appreciating and I wasn't grateful for everything that I have because I have been focused on what I don't have, what somebody else is doing. And that can just rob you so much, your happiness, your state of mind, everything like that. And I'm like, all right, I gotta change that. I can't keep doing that. No, I can't be that way. And it's hard trying to reprogram your mind, especially with social media. You know, every time you turn around, something's happening, like you're just bombarded with stuff. And I'm like, that could be a reason why so many people are just unhappy, is because there is so much, you know, stuff that's constantly bombarded on you. And I'm like, all right, I gotta change some things. Like, maybe I need to get off of social media, and maybe I don't need to be on it as much as I have been. You know, maybe I need to start meditating and looking at things that I've done and you know, being grateful for the things I have. You know, a healthy family, you know, a healthy, loving family. You know, other people that have become like family to me, like you and others. I need to start focusing on that instead of just the crap that's on social media, because it's just, social media is, man, it's just not fun anymore, man. For real, man. Like, and that's the thing, is like, what's crazy is so many people I know that are like big creators be some of the most miserable people. And I'm like, why is it that even in knowing that, I'm still wanting that attention that they have, that notoriety? Because I'm like, yo, they get opportunities. Like, that's what it is. It's just wanting attention. You know, because like social media sells you on the bullshit that everybody, like you said, everybody's a millionaire, everyone's successful, everyone's living their dream life, you know, all this other stuff. And I'm just like, man, it makes you feel like, you know, the FOMO be real, making you think that you're just not doing well in life. You know, and it's crazy too, like how so many kids want to be, they don't want to do anything other than be a content creator because they think that, you know, it's easy and all this other stuff. And I'm like, you know, they look at the end product of the fame, the success, and all this other stuff, and I'm like, man, that is not what you need to be striving for. You need to have a skill set and find something to be happy with. But there's also the contradiction where I'm like, I want some acknowledgement, man, for a lot of the stuff that I've done, you know? You know, and I noticed some other things too that, like, wait, you say you were talking to someone who makes a living on content creation, they told them they were progressed because they always have to be on. You can't be, man. And there's so much truth to that, but like people, if you open up about that, first thing people want to do is act like, oh, you know, stop complaining or be grateful for what you have, all this other stuff. And I'm like, man, that's so true. Like, look at it this way. You know, with everything I have, every opportunity I have, I've been given, and company I've got to work with, creators, you know, voice actors, whoever, you know, all this other stuff. And I realized recently I'm really fucking depressed. And, you know, I'm super depressed. I feel very inadequate. And I need to work on that, you know? You know, in my therapy sessions lately, I've been opening up to my therapist like, yeah, man, I feel like a failure. I feel shitty. I feel like, you know, because of the social media stuff and the content creating stuff, that I'm not successful, you know. And it's like the pressure of always having to be on, always having to keep up with what's happening, instead of making stuff, you know, that I'm legitimately passionate about, is, you know, is hard. He said, not being able to feel like you can be used. It is, like, because, you know, I want to do some different type of content, you know, like I do love gaming, but I'm also at a point where I'm like, I want to do more than just talking about games and talking about tech and oh, I gotta run that back. You know, I want to do more than just gaming and tech. And, you know, shout out to Avidan. What's up, man? You know, doing podcasts and all this other stuff, I realized, like, I need to get back to a point where I can actually enjoy the content. And getting off of social media is one of the biggest things I need to do. which is something I frequently do. But it kind of sucks when you got companies that treat you like you're less than if you're not constantly trending and engagement farming and doing all this other crap. Case in point, what was the game that came out? You know, this Sega with the Super Monkey Ball game that just recently, it came out yesterday. You know, and the fact that I have worked with Sega. I've worked with Sega. I want to say 7-8 years now. And to think that even with all the years I've worked with them, they still treat me like I need to like work hard for this stuff, like, you know. Alright, let me get this critical art. There we go. There we go. There's the match. You know, they still treat me like I have to I gotta work hard for it every single time. Like, I have not established myself. I haven't covered their stuff. You know, I don't get responses on emails from them half the time, if at all. And I'm like, I'll see other people that they'll work with, and like they'll engage with them on Twitter and such, or X, and you know, they'll reshare their stuff. If I get something, it's kind of like an afterthought. Like, what is it, the SMT5 game? They treat me like an afterthought. This is the second time with that game they treat me like an afterthought. Was it the Yakuza Infinite Wealth that was set out here in Hawaii? You know, they're getting Drusky and all these other influencers. They know I live out here, and they're like, nah, you know, we're not going to even give you that opportunity. We're not going to even work with not only you, but like not anybody from Hawaii with a game that's set in Hawaii. You know, and that rubbed me the wrong way. Like, and then they're paying other people that I know to do content on their stuff, but like, you're not going to work with anyone that's out here? Or even with like, was it the Sonic Frontiers game? Like, they got folks from around the world, flew them out here to Hawaii, didn't invite not one single Hawaii creator, even though they work with Hawaii creators. But, you know, it's like, stuff like that makes me wonder, like, am I a failure? And that's the reason why these folks, you know, is that why these folks don't want to give opportunities? Because, like, I don't have that trending and all the other stuff. And like I said, like, it gets to me. Same thing with Nintendo. Like, working with other folks that I know, they don't want, you know, they don't want to rock with me, and I'm just like, all right, well, I've covered your stuff before. I've worked with you guys in the past. You know, with the Nintendo Creator Program, you had to have 10,000 people for them to even consider working with you, or 10,000 subscribers. And I'm like, now I'm at 42, going on 43,000. Nothing, right? You gotta have 100,000 views for them to give you something. I average well over 150,000 views a month on YouTube. They're like, nope. So it's like stuff like that, or you see like the Square Enix stuff, where they only, you know, the same people get the same opportunities all the time. And me, I kind of got the crap end of the stick on that after, you know, I went to LA last year and I complained about how I was treated and how I didn't get to play the game. And because I did that, now I don't even get any consideration for anything, and if I do, it's an afterthought. You know, I got lied to by Square Enix about Kingdom Hearts, where they told me like, hey, you know, the one PR guy, the same one who handled my complaints, was like, well, you know, Disney is the one who decides who's gonna get the opportunity to cover Kingdom Hearts. And then I started seeing all these creators thank the PR people. And, you know, I talked to a couple creators and the PR people were like, are the ones who gave out the codes. And then when I go and talk to that same PR guy, I was like, hey, well, if that's the case, can you explain, you know, why this is happening? And then they're over here like, well, it's different for every person. I'm like, yeah, but you told me that the only way to get this was, you know, Disney was the one who was curating it, and come to find out that is not true. So effectively, I'm like, you kind of lied to me. And so he's like, well, you know, I don't have anything else to say. And then dude goes on to like unfollow me and block me on Twitter, right? After he lied. So that was wild to me. And I'm just like, man, you know, it's wild to me that kissing ass and that, yeah, that's the thing, man. I don't even know. I'm like, what is the point in lying about that? You know, and even trying to say that, you know, my viewership isn't high enough for me to be considered for it. But over 150,000 a month is nothing to snuff at, nor is it easy to even do. So I'm like, really? You know, I didn't understand that. You know, and what made the whole thing worse was like when I talked to two other Square Enix PR people, the ones that got tagged and everything, they're like, oh yeah, you want a code here? And I'm like, for real? Like, that made me feel really some kind of way. Exactly. Like, if you don't want to work with me, be 100%. If y'all like, and I've even asked, like, is the reason I've been getting the shaft so much is because I complained about spending $1,500 to go to LA at this thing y'all invited me to, said I could stream the game at, and I didn't get a chance to do none of that. And I'm just like, I literally spent all this money to go to LA to get to do nothing. And yet, you know, there we go. You know, like, I spent all this money to go there, and I didn't get to play the game, talk to the devs, voice cast, or anything like that. And because I made a complaint about that, now y'all don't want to give me codes. Immediately, within seconds, I get denied. Then I have to go a roundabout way to get a code. I'm like, it shouldn't be that hard. If you don't want to work with me, just be honest about that, you know, and I can move on and we can just, you know, keep it a buck. But lying about this shit, I don't get it, man. And like I said, that started to get to me. You know, Square Enix treating me like crap. Freaking Nintendo being assholes. And who else? Freaking Sega. You know, I'm just like, company that I worked with for years. And then I talk to other PR people, they're like, man, yeah, it's kind of like that with this field. You know, you're not scratching folks' backs or, you know, praising the game like it's the greatest thing ever. Like, if you look at the Final Fantasy creators, all got the same style thumbnail, same font, same ooh. I whiffed that one. No, same thumbnails, same talking points, same everything, same topics. All these things come out at the same time, and then you see them put out stuff, and the PR people share their work, but anyone else who's not in that circle, you know, don't get that opportunity. And that's just one of the things that I wish if I knew this about content creating back before I went full-time in what was it, 2019. If I had known that this was how it was going to be, I'd have just kept it as a hobby. You know, that's the frustrating thing, is knowing that your work isn't appreciated if you're not doing certain things. You know, people don't really care about, you learn how fickle audiences can be. You know, how the industry operates. It is honestly very demoralizing. And if you talk about any of this stuff, you are considered a hater. And I'm like, I'm not hating, I'm trying to understand what it is, you know. And then I had somebody tell me like, hey, you know, this is the entertainment industry, so that's just how that is. And I'm like, man, that sucks. Then you got to deal with, you know, this other thing is, I know Delvin, you and I kind of touched on last time we did a pod. You know, it's kind of interesting too how you get folks that, you know, they don't pull up for nothing you got going, they don't for nothing you doing, but like, you know, if it's a celebrity or a TV show or something like that, man, they'd be pulling up in droves. And it's like, man, y'all can't hit like or share, or, you know, even if it's crazy how people will support folks that don't give a damn about them, but if it's people they know, like, they ain't got time for you. This is wild. Or if they do see things that you do, they'll either look at it and move on, or they'll look at it and they'll treat you like you ain't nothing. And I'm like, man, that it is wild, man. I'm like, man, this shit is just horrible for your mental health. Yeah, sorry for, you know, I know I was venting, and I know people don't care to hear this kind of stuff, but I'm just like, man, this is the kind of stuff that I literally internalize and just wish it wasn't considered bad to like open up about this stuff.
Sacrifice yourself to the Satsui no Hano! Fight! Round! Fight! Akuma, win!
Alright, I'm in the stream here, but I thought about working with some of these AA studios. Yeah, I reached out to a number of them, but the problem with them is they want the attention of the big name folks because they want, you know, their logic for a lot of these companies is they want to work with the big name people so they can get more people to buy their stuff. So for many of them, working with someone who doesn't have the social media following or reach is not lucrative, if that makes sense. So yeah, it's wild, man.